Hello. Welcome to Dish Knows Nothing. I'm Michael Dishnow. Sometimes we'll talk about stuff, and other days we'll talk about things. Some days we're just going to talk about what's on my mind. This is a warning. Thank you for listening. Welcome back.
We're back. We just put the same clothes on. It's a different week.
No, me and Ethan laughed every time we had to do that. It's so stupid. Just like take the weird little pause. But folks, if you're just joining us. What do you mean?
We left for a week.
Yeah, we left for a week and came back. No. I'm back here with Kat Martino, my guest. We are still running through some stuff. If you didn't catch the last episode, you might honestly just be confused. I'm not going to rehash it for the sake of time.
Yeah.
Go watch it before you watch this one, or listen to it before you listen to this one.
Or dive into this blindly and try to catch on.
Try to figure it out. We're not going to recap anything. In fact, I'm going to dive into something brand new and fresh.
Oh.
Because I forgot to do it in the last episode.
What is it? Tell me everything.
I have your birthday present right here.
Oh my God. Has that been there this whole time? I don't know, but I was cool with it.
Yeah. It's been here this whole time.
There's two though.
There is two. Because we can match.
Did we get the same?
Yes.
Yes.
So, folks, if you are just joining us, I will recap one thing. Kat's birthday is tomorrow from when we're recording this, February 10th.
Woo!
Wish her a happy birthday. We've been making some pretty silly jokes lately about being a silly goose, and so I got us from Etsy.
Some silly gooses. Geese, guys.
Guys, you're right. No, some silly goose sweaters. They got a nice little goose on them, and it says silly goose. And they're matching, and they're pretty soft on the inside, so I'm super stoked.
I will
probably wear it tomorrow, not tonight, because it's always warm in here.
You know what? It is a little warm in here.
It is. It doesn't get better, which is honestly, I'm going to say this now, and I hope it's not necessarily the case, but I might take a break for summer, because it gets so hot recording
it's like
in here.
Actually unbearable.
It's like when
here.
Me and your brother were in here, I'm like in shorts and we're both like already sweating, and I'm like,
yeah, I wore a sweater, regretting it.
Yeah, honestly, in this around this time of the year, it's not crazy, but yeah, it still gets pretty warm. We could open the door if we need a little bit of airflow, but
yeah, I get like a fan.
I don't have fans. I'm just kidding. I do.
I don't believe in them.
There are 4 fans in this world. One more than the than the Zeppelin. What is it called? Hot air balloon.
Blimp.
No, blimp. The Zeppelin. Yeah,
the Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. The only thing is, if I go get a fan right now, I'm not pausing it because it's so much to set up.
Oh no, not right now. I mean, in the summer, I thought
you wanted a fan right now.
Go get it.
I'll get one, but you're gonna have to talk for like a minute and a half.
No, my worst nightmare.
Folks, we're gonna dive back in. Number 8.
Oh my God.
We're just gonna keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 15. I'm not recapping what these are. Figure it out.
Number
or
8,
go back
like we
and watch
said.
them. Number 8. You become more mature when you train yourself to take nothing personally.
Okay.
Unhealthy.
Ooh.
Healthy?
I didn't agree. Did you think that is healthy? Or not healthy?
I don't think it's necessarily healthy.
To not take things seriously?
I don't think it's binary. I don't think it's yes or no.
Okay.
I don't think it's like
it's like situation based.
I don't think that if you took something personally when it was personal makes you immature. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
but
if your best friend calls you the stupidest person in the entire world and you get upset, am I going to think you're immature?
But I think like being upset and then like, I don't know, because
we're also talking about like feeling your emotions and like processing things.
No, we are,
which
but
is
like,
healthy.
I think what this is saying, and maybe it's worded incorrectly, or maybe I'm giving this more meaning than it actually has, is like, it's not your responsibility. Like, you can only control the way that you like react to
Correct.
the way someone else treats you or whatever, but you can't control the other person. So it's like, you can't take it personally if someone chooses to lash out on you or whatever. Like, that's more on them than it is on you.
I think maturity is the wrong life lesson to tie this to, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I don't
that seems
think,
like a weird
like, because
tie-in.
I've talked about it before. You know me, and I feel like you're pretty similar. Like comfortable as a person and like in who you are and like very confident.
Yeah, I mean, there's no like use in being like different amongst other people. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And I think to my point, what I was going to say is like, I don't care what people think.
Yeah.
And so like, I don't take things personally, but does that make me more mature than other people who do? I don't think so.
Like things bother me, but it's more because like the thing that's bothering me is maybe like something that I'm maybe like insecure about or working on or like whatever. And so it's like a reflection of something that I feel about myself. And it's not necessarily like because of the thing that person said or like whatever. Like that doesn't have as much weight with me.
Right.
Like someone could be like, you're bad at your job or whatever. And I'm like,
okay,
but like objectively, am I bad at my job? Like, do I think I'm bad at my job?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
no.
You're like, okay, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. I just think if they were to like switch this up to possibly be true, they would change out the word mature or nothing. Cause like you become more mature when you train yourself to take nothing personally. I think is just too extreme.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's another word like, mentally sane. I don't know, like more confident maybe.
Maybe more confident.
But also I think there is a side of maturity that like you stop taking things as personally, but not like nothing.
Yeah, it's not an all or nothing. So
It's not
you
an
like
all or
literally have to take some things personally.
Yeah, to be a human
Yeah.
with emotions. I think that's perfectly healthy.
Or you've just turned off absolutely everything.
Yeah.
You're like, you can't hurt me because I have no feelings.
Yeah, and I think that's the minutia of like the actual phrasing. But I think again, like to your point, like I don't necessarily agree or disagree with the idea.
Yeah.
But the statement itself, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a hard statement for sure. All of these are, they're not.
They're all a little bit difficult to read. As I'm reading them, I'm like, I mean, I know I'm not the best reader, but like,
I just learned how to read. So
I just learned. I've read 22 pages of this book. It's crazy.
Wow, you made it pretty far.
Yeah, it's taking me a long time. It's not impressive.
Been reading it for like a month.
I've been reading this thing for 3 years. I'm just kidding. No. Number 9.
Okay.
Unless you have any closing thoughts about the other one.
No.
Good.
Good.
By age 30, topical, your inner circle should be more focused on making money, building their body, and starting a family.
Building their body. All right. This one I just hard disagree with.
That's just the opinion.
Yeah, this is like
That's
just his
the
opinion.
most opinion one where he's like, by 30, your inner circle should be more focused on making money, building their body, and starting a family.
Like,
what if I
hey,
want to
some
start when
people
I'm 21?
don't want to have a family though. Like,
Right.
am I just supposed to be like, you can't be my friend
Right.
because you don't want the same things that I do?
Yeah. I think to that part of like diversity, and I
Mhm.
hate that buzzword if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It means less. Like,
the more it's
all
used.
of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah. I think having a diverse group of friends that aren't all in the same part of life is also important.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you
if
need
all of my
different
friends
opinions.
are a bunch of bonehead 26-year-olds who are like, I want to be a music producer, I'd probably never grow or learn.
No, for sure.
The fact,
And you also live in a bubble where everyone's like kind of hyping you up and you have this like false sense of
right.
confidence where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like I'm not actually getting like feedback that I need.
Yeah. If, for a specific reference, if Brenda Hawkins wasn't in my life and one of my favorite people in the entire world, I probably wouldn't learn things. There'd be things that like I couldn't learn from. For those of you who don't know Brenda Hawkins, which would probably be
Like,
the majority of people who are.
Right. Yeah.
Brenda Hawkins is a great lady I work with. She said her age the other day, and I forgot it because we always on both sides joke that she's so young but also so old, and she jokes too. It's okay, don't call HR or nothing.
No, I mean, well, she's over 55.
Mhm.
Which whatever, but that's all I know because I remember
I wouldn't
we
have guessed
talked about...
if I was being honest because she
No.
like acts so young.
Yeah.
And she also looks young, but like if I didn't have like people like that who are more experienced, when I'm like,
Right.
hey Brenda, I'm going through something rough. Can I like ask you something? Like I wouldn't get that type of help.
Yeah, give me those spoilers on life.
Exactly. Tell me exactly how my life is gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're older than me, No. But I think like the whole idea that like your inner circle like needs to be all in the same part of life as you. Like I don't agree. I know that this isn't actually
I would
saying
prefer it not be the case.
I will actually say, okay, this is saying by the time that you're 30, your inner circle should be more focused on those things. It doesn't necessarily say that your inner circle should be all the same age as you, but
It doesn't say that, but
it doesn't say it, but I don't think that everyone needs to be focused on the same thing.
No.
Like Brenda, for the example of someone who I kind of would consider in my inner circle, if I'm being honest. Like,
Yeah.
she knows personal things about me, like other people I see weekly don't.
Yeah.
She's not focused on starting a family. She has a family. She's got like grown up
Empty
sons
nest. She's
with
good. Yeah.
with a grandchild.
Yeah.
With another one on the way, I'm pretty sure soon.
Oh.
She was saying she had
Adorable.
mentioned it, and I was like, have your son name your grandchild Michaela.
Oh my god. Wouldn't that just be like Michaela?
They can say it however they want, but spell it Michaela after me. I'm really trying to convince someone to name their firstborn, or well, not the firstborn specifically.
Give
I
me
just
your
really
firstborn.
want someone to name their child after me.
Okay.
Michael or Michaela, I'm totally cool with. You can call her Michaela.
What about like an animal?
No, animals die too young.
Oh. Yeah, but you could
End
keep
of
doing
episode.
like oh. Michaela 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, I will build an empire of other people's children. I'll name
There's
after
that
me.
like Netflix documentary like about Gunther the dog.
I understand what you're saying. You just the animals get named after. 1, 2,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
3.
have you seen that documentary?
No.
Okay, so
Sounds
you
like I
don't
have to
understand what
invest
I'm
a lot. Yeah, but I figured if I said yes, you would just
Anyway,
switch.
it was like Gunther the like 23rd or something. Like they just kept
I think I know a family that does that.
where the animals always named the same thing.
Wait, I'm almost there. Yes. Okay. My father-in-law knows. Wait, no. It's this family that has this weird, like, old-fashioned music box. I don't know how I know them through relation,
Okay.
but they definitely name their dog the same thing every time. I think it's through my father-in-law that I know him.
Okay.
But their dogs over the last, like, 20, 30 years have all been named the same.
I mean, cool, but that's just like not creative, you know?
I'm just curious to, like, try to, like, replace the dog and, like, pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah. Like when people
Oh, yeah, that's Steve. Like,
like
we've had
don't
Steve
tell
for the
their
last 30
kids
years.
that like the goldfish died and then just like replace it really
Yep,
quickly.
another dog. Get one in here. Turns out they're actually clones and they have them in the basement. That'd be dope.
Whoa.
Number 10.
Okay.
You don't need 100% or you don't
Oh,
need
yeah,
100 self-help books. All you need is action plus self-discipline.
Yeah.
I
I've
don't
never
think you
read a
specifically
self-help
need 100.
book, and also 100 seems like
That's a lot.
quite a few.
Yeah, my entire shelf up here is just self-help books.
At that point, you're just crying
They're
for
all the
help.
same
You're just
one, too.
screaming for help. Um,
They're all mine.
you wrote all of them.
Oh.
They just say help inside of them. You wrote them, so they're just
Yeah.
like.
I mean, I could agree. You don't need 100% or 100 self-help books.
I
You
would say
don't.
most people don't. Yeah,
But all you need is action plus self-discipline.
I agree. However, not many people know like what action should.
Right.
Like maybe they need some like guidance, you know, and that's
Right.
okay.
And maybe it's in a self-help book. Maybe it's in 55 plus Brenda.
Yeah, maybe it's just like chatting with some friends and I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think all you need is action and self-discipline.
I think it's a good start.
I think it's
The discipline
helpful.
thing is really important.
For sure.
I can lack discipline in a lot of parts of my life where I'm just like, I just don't feel like it, you know?
Yeah.
Then other times I'm like hyperdrive, like, gotta stick to this, have like a schedule, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one thing, you know? You don't have discipline and it all kind of falls through. The action part, it's so vague. All these are pretty vague.
I just think it's like it's so generalized. All you need is action and self-discipline. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
is it all you need?
It's just
'Cause
very
I'm pretty
extreme.
sure
It's
the
like
Beatles
100.
were like, all you need is love.
You know, they did say that.
I mean, they're like
100
dead.
self-help books. All you need is action discipline. Seems like pretty far off from each other.
Yeah.
They're
It seems just irrelevant. Like they could have been separate.
just
ones.
like putting some random things together. Yeah.
They were putting all these together and like they were two separate ones. They're like, oh, we need to have only 15. Put them together. They're relevant, but they work out. Number 11.
Yes.
Skills and financial education will make you win over 97% of college graduates. What?
That just seems like really specific and probably wrong data.
97.
That's high.
Why that number? Okay, wait. So skills and financial education will make you win over 97% of college graduates.
So, where did you get your data from, Mr. Bean? And also,
I don't think it's from Mr. Bean. It's back to learn, but
either way, I don't believe you.
yeah. I can see the value in having skills. That's
Sure.
very general. Financial education.
Yeah, I guess.
That's so vague.
Yeah, like in what?
Like, what do you mean financial education?
Yeah.
If you walked up
The
to
like
someone and were
crypto.
like, yeah, if you walked up to someone and were like, yeah, I got financial education, what does that mean?
Yeah. They're like, I'm pretty good at math.
Yeah, like,
I'm pretty good at like adding and subtracting.
like what? I just like, I think that's so general.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Also, the 97% thing really like annoys me. Like, what? But like, how do you know that?
How? Yeah.
That's a lot. That's almost all. You're saying almost all
Yeah.
college graduates.
I'm yawning so much. That is a overwhelming majority
Yeah.
that you think.
At this point, why go to college? This guy says.
I think there's kind of portions where, not everyone who gets a degree is smart.
Oh, hard agree with you.
It could
Yeah.
probably be manipulated.
Yeah.
97%? I don't know. That's a lot. 51%?
More than half.
I might believe that.
Yeah. 60? Maybe.
70?
97?
97?
All right.
Yeah. No, for sure. Nah, I don't know. I think it would almost be the majority,
Yeah.
but not the overwhelming majority like 97.
No, I feel like you have money and like a way of going to school without like having work or whatever, and equals college degree sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
So for those reasons, I don't really care. But 97 seems like quite a bit.
Yeah. That one's lame.
Yep.
Number 12 hits hard.
Okay, go ahead.
You can't expect honest. I can't even read. I tried to use a voice too a little bit.
Yeah.
I went to my podcast voice, my heavy podcast voice. You can't expect honesty from people who even lie to themselves.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
But also, how do you know if someone's lying to themselves?
Sometimes you know when people are lying.
To themselves?
Maybe they think they're a good person when they're not.
But that's like perspective. That's not lying. Lying is like you know the truth and you're saying something else. Someone thinking they're good when they're not is just like,
Disillusionment.
yeah, you're just a little
Crazy.
dissociated.
You want to just tilt that towards
sorry.
you? No, you're good. You can stay comfortable. Just like tilt it down.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, that's perfect. I just want to make sure people can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Pathological liars. I don't know. I've never really met one. Maybe I have.
Ooh.
I'm like yawning again as I'm like trying to make facial expressions. I don't know. That was weird. 13?
You know that statistically you have met a murderer at some point in your life?
They say 50% of people are murderers. But it'd be pretty crazy to have two in the same room right now.
I'll murder you.
I'm just kidding. Legally, we're going to clarify. I've never killed anyone.
Me either.
Okay. I wasn't going to speak for you, but I'm glad you said so. Yeah. Legally, we have to clarify that.
Me either. It would be so silly.
No, there's that joke that, what I'm referencing where it's like, yeah, 1 in 3 people are like a murderer or something. And like, it's like where like someone gets in like a hitchhiker's car or something. And they're like, oh no, but that'd be so crazy to have 2 serial killers in the same car. And the person's like, huh? That is gnarly. That'd be rough.
That would be rough.
Yeah.
If you were a hitchhiker, that's your worst nightmare.
Yeah. I wish hitchhiking was safer, personally.
Yeah, it's not like a thing. People don't even like pick up hitchhikers, I feel like,
Nah.
unless they're murderers.
Yeah. I just wish because I was a kid rolling around the stomping grounds here on a
Yeah.
skateboard and like hot day in
Main
summer.
streets.
I would have loved to have a ride home, like the 5 miles I got to skate.
Yeah.
so unsafe. Wouldn't
My
do
mom
it.
would have killed me
For
if
sure.
I did that. Oh my
For
gosh.
sure.
Yeah.
If the person didn't kill you.
If that person didn't kill me, my mother would have killed me. Yeah.
But I would have loved to, like, I see some people cruising on the street. I'm like, hey, you guys want to ride? But like, nah, you can't.
Yeah, you see some kids and you're like, oh, they look like they're tired. I should drive them
I didn't
home.
say kids. I said people intentionally because I'm not trying to give kids rides home, okay?
Yeah, you'd be more likely to pick up kids, though, than grown adults.
I'd pick up some dirty adult. Some dude on the street.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. No, and you shouldn't. That's the thing.
I'm also a woman. It's different, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably survive a situation like that.
Yeah.
And maybe I could too. But
you never know.
you don't know.
You just
So.
don't. And that's a bummer. Don't pick up people for your safety and theirs.
Yeah.
Number 13. People are stuck in toxic relationships because they're afraid to be alone.
Oh.
Not as the only reason, I think.
Not the only reason. That
But I
could
think
be a part of it.
I think that can definitely be a part of it. I do think, like, there's instances or, people that I've heard stories of, or I don't think there's any particular people that I know right now that are in relationships like that where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they're doing it because they're alone. But definitely, like, by proxy, I know people where it's like they're for sure in a bad relationship.
Yeah.
And they probably just don't want to break up with this person because they don't want to be alone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, they don't.
Or they like want to like mend a relationship that like they shouldn't.
They think that they can. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
get
just
you.
because they're like, well, the latter means that like I'm by myself, so
Yeah.
I should do whatever I have to do to like make this work. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Because
not.
there's that aspect of the relationship, like, oh my gosh, I'm so
Oh, I'm
tired.
sorry. Is this
I'm so
boring?
bored. Not tired. I'm bored. No. No, there's definitely like that aspect of relationship like that takes work, and like sometimes people, the other side won't put in the work.
Yeah.
But it's like that person won't just be like, hey, you're not putting in work. Why should I?
Yeah.
Let's break up. Like, they want to try to do it because they don't want to not be in a relationship, or like, who knows? Maybe they're in like a 9-year relationship that has just gone so sour and it's toxic.
Yeah.
But they're like, I don't want to leave this person. It's like,
It's hard. I think there's a lot of like layers when it comes to relationships. So
Yeah.
like generalizing it and making it like the only reason why
exactly.
is
And-
difficult because there's like two people with like completely complex ways of thinking about things in a relationship, choosing to make the decision to stay together every single day for X amount of reasons.
yeah.
Do I think that I would argue that like a majority of the time people are scared to be alone. I mean, I think that's like what
I think
drives.
like 97% of people.
I think 90. That's what I heard. I think people are just like innately not wanting to be alone. It's like,
yeah.
but it's like a biological, like the reason why we like find a mate and want to have a family or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
I
we're
think
like
that's a
supposed
part of
to.
it. Yeah. No, for sure. And I think that can definitely be maybe the overwhelming majority of reasons why people don't, and in general why people want to be in relationships. Again, like you said, it's,
Yeah, we don't get married
it's
off
natural.
at like 13 anymore,
Yeah, exactly.
So
Wait, you didn't? Just kidding.
I've actually been through 6 divorces.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man, mathematically, that's like
It's been
97%.
crazy. 97% of the time ends in divorce.
Dang. Yeah. No, I think the biggest problem I find in these things, these type of posts, and even
Yes.
like the ones that I've gone over on this podcast, they're so generalized. I think if you were to like take the critical look that we look at and like, oh, like what does it mean? Like, or what could we interpret it as? Like, you can literally find something deep out of it for sure. But like, it's not the intention sometimes.
No,
and it's
I
just,
mean-
like, so dumb.
Reading this and scrolling through Instagram, I'd be like, okay, Tom. But we're adding meaning to a lot of these
Yeah.
that I don't think this guy had in mind. I don't know if this is a guy that wrote this or a woman that wrote this, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was
Probably
a guy.
dude, for
yeah,
sure.
seems like it.
It's a dumb dude for sure too. I feel like I would
Dumb
name
or
3 people that we both know that might have actually written this. I'm just kidding.
Do it.
I'm just kidding. No, I won't.
We
I
actually just edited out. He said 3 different names. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Them?
No. Number 14.
Mm-hmm.
As my eyes are like getting colder.
We're getting there.
Colder.
Mine's getting colder.
My eyes are closing over here. You read number 14.
Okay. You just forgot how to read?
Yeah.
The most difficult mission on Earth is to focus on your dreams. The easiest task is to complain.
Holy moly. What? That's so wild.
Sometimes it's fun to complain, but
I think commiserating is a part of that.
yeah.
Like being able to be like, both of our lives
Like,
suck. And we
doesn't
can't do
that
anything
suck?
about it. We can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I think there's something to that, and even that brings us together. I think someone once pointed out one of the easiest ways to like relate to someone is by complaining.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. If you're like, oh, traffic sucks, you could probably get
Or like, doesn't our boss
97%
suck? Or like,
of people
whatever.
agree.
Yeah.
97.
97.
Exactly.
Exactly 97% of the time, complaining is the way to connect.
Yeah, and like there's so much fact to it. Like, not fact. Fact is a strong word.
There is fact. There's 97% fact.
There's a lot of truth to it. But like, what was the first part? The mission?
The most difficult mission on Earth.
The most difficult mission.
Mission on
Mission
Earth
Impossible.
is to focus on your dreams.
Have you ever seen the Mission Impossible movies?
No.
Me neither, really. But that's their plot.
Focusing on their dreams, and it's so hard. There's so many things getting in their way.
On Earth.
But then they're like, we should just like chill and
We just
complain.
chill and complain. That's when they end. Yeah, this is way easier. Yeah, no, like
I'm always down to commiserate.
Like, why does the verbiage have to be the most difficult mission on Earth?
On Earth.
I hate that so much. I'm so bummed out.
Number 15 though.
Oh, did you already?
I'm sorry, I read
so
ahead.
many thoughts about 14.
Sorry, continue. But I'm just letting you know. Number 15.
It slaps.
It's a wild one.
Okay, wait. What's the most difficult? It's to focus on your dreams.
It is to focus on your dreams, yes, or just to focus.
Yeah. Ironic that we really just lost it there, right? Or at least I did. I think that's a big one. And I think there's a lot of things, even I've like seen like videos of The Rock saying, I have to bring him up.
Oh.
Legally.
Dwayne?
Yeah. Where like if you, I don't know, I will not lie, like I like big,
Big Butt?
just kidding.
Yes.
No. I can't lie that I really don't know like the minutia of The Rock's like childhood, and I haven't like watched The Rock show. Like I haven't like
You're
studied
I actually
him.
don't know anything about
I'm not a
him.
geologist. But like,
righty.
but like I do like see like his posts now, and he'll like talk about like how he grew up and like what he came from to where he is now, and like that's why he like takes so much pride in like what he does and like puts in the work. And I think there's a lot of stuff where like he talks about like the focus he has on his goals as like one of the most important pieces, and I would agree. Like I think that makes sense. Like if you lose sight of your goals and if you lose sight of like what you want to do, you can easily just like fail. Or
yeah, that's also self-discipline though.
Right, like what we were talking about before, like callback, you know.
Callback.
Callbacks. I think it's super important, like being able to focus on something that you want to do, and like then doing it is like so much of the work.
Yeah.
Because if you're just like, you wake up one day and you're like, oh no, I don't even want to do the thing that I was doing, like, yeah, that's self-discipline. But if you can't focus and like pour stuff into that, like, then it's not gonna happen.
So complain about it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna complain about it. No, I feel like I experienced things like that, like even with the music that I try to do. Like,
yeah.
I've taken a more artistic approach to like music I've been working on lately, because I'm like, you know what, no one listens. More people to listen to my podcast than my music, which is perfectly fine. I'm not complaining.
Listen to his music.
But like I'm just like, you know what, I'm not gonna try to make it music that people like need to listen to, or I'm not gonna make music so people listen. I'm gonna make music because like it's an artistic expression. And I've talked about that.
That's how you should be doing it anyway.
Right, and I think that's where my focus has gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the spider. No, I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Okay. Goodbye.
Boy. He's like me. But
You took a
lost
more
focus.
artistic approach.
Yeah. I'm glad one of us was listening. And that's why like my next song is like 11 minutes long.
Oh,
It's really long.
dang.
Because I was like, I just want to make music that I want to make, and I want it to like say what I want it to say, and I want it to feel like I want it to feel. And
Yeah.
I don't need it to be on your playlist so that you guys listen every single day and like, wow, it's the new best song and it's on rotation, because it takes forever to listen to. But like almost an experience that like you can relate to and like feel the emotion of what I'm trying to convey in the song.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like I feel like that's where I'm landing more like with it, and like that's where the focus is going, which is like my point of like relating it to this of like, what am I trying to do? You know, like
Yeah.
as like the personal goals that I have. Because yeah, I don't think it'll ever be like on the top 100 charts, you know,
Well, don't say that.
as an
It
11-minute
might
song.
blow the heck up.
I will throw it out there again. If you guys listen and you guys just throw it on loop all night, that'd be great. You know, for any of my songs, streams are great. I love fractures.
Doesn't matter if you have it on mute. Just
100%.
play
Please mute it. Yeah, you don't even have to listen to it. I'd prefer if it was on mute and you just like did it all at night. So,
okay.
you know,
Consider it done. My HomePod will only
yes,
play your song.
just turn on repeat,
Yeah,
mute.
at 0%.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love it. Number 15.
It's a doozy. If you're not where you want to be in life, avoid alcohol and weed at all costs, and your life will drastically change.
Whoa. Whoa. That's so like specific.
It's like, okay, you freaking stoner.
Yeah. Dude, this guy. Okay. Life lessons for the 9 years of the most traumatic 9 years.
He's like, if you
Of
do
this
weed,
guy's
you're going
life.
to die.
This guy got hurt by one person and one person alone.
The government.
Who it was one of his parents who was an alcoholic stonehead.
A government official.
Stonehead doesn't sound
A
right.
little stonehead. They were a little stonehead.
An alcoholic stoner who worked for the government.
Right.
Who was also a workaholic for the government. Who was a deadbeat because they waited so long for their life for the right time.
Right, and complained always.
They complain always. Couldn't focus. They were not trustworthy
No.
because they lied to themselves.
Yeah.
They were able to lie to 97% of college students.
Right. Lie to get ahead of
Yeah,
those.
because they had skill in financial education.
They did. They know a lot about that.
But this person, they needed to lose 99% of their close friends
They did.
to upgrade their life. Let me see. They also had to learn how to lose arguments on purpose to conserve their mental health.
Right.
And they had to stop taking things personally.
Yeah.
Nothing personally. So they'd be more mature. By the time they were 30. You know?
By the time they were 30. Yeah.
They had a lot of... Okay, let's face it. The only person who would be credibly able to say you don't need 100 self-help books is someone who owns
100. And not even just owns and has read
mm-hmm.
all 100.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what? Didn't actually help.
Yeah, because I'm not going to believe you if you're like, oh no, you don't need that. If you haven't done it.
Yeah, maybe they got something to them.
Yeah, this person has read all of them. And
this person is not a credible source for advice.
For advice. Yeah, and this person got hurt a lot.
They did.
Avoid alcohol and weed at all costs and your life will drastically change.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said.
They probably went down a little hole for a
overuse.
while. Yeah, they were like, I was addicted to weed.
Yeah.
And I
I definitely think that there's like the cautionary tale of like the overuse of any substance.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Coffee.
No, that's good for I'm just kidding. No.
Gallons.
Yeah, no, I think any over reliance on any kind of substance.
Yeah.
Like if you're not where you want to be in life, you know, getting rid of those things that might like
drastic thing is like
will it drastically change your life? Who
bit
knows?
extreme.
Maybe it just might get you a little bit more on track of where you
well,
want to
what
be.
if you're not where you want to be and you don't drink or smoke weed and you're like, well, I don't have those things to give up. What do I
And you're just
do?
a loser. I'm just
He's like, well, you should be
maybe
realistically.
you need to go back to 13.
He's
15 steps to
He's like,
success.
reference number 9. Thank you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Double tap the post. At the
I
end.
did see that. Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, I think there is something to be said about the overuse of substance, I guess, in those moments of like apathy or like apatheticness. Apathy. Why you me like that?
I don't know what you mean.
Apathetic.
Yeah, I know, but
Do you know what that means?
in those moments of apathy?
Yeah, where you're like, I don't need to do anything.
Oh. Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
the lack of motivation to do stuff. Like, I guess, like,
Quit weed. Stop drinking.
do better.
Do better.
Yeah, no, I don't know. This guy had gotten hurt.
He's been through some stuff for sure.
But that was 15, I guess. That was kind of underwhelming. I wanted it to be like really deep and not like that specific, I
We
guess.
made some of it deep for sure.
Yeah.
He was pretty specific, but
That's rough. That was not 3 minutes. This guy says he's going to teach us in 3 minutes. We just spent an hour and 38 minutes. Actually, no. An hour and 13 minutes, I think we started talking about it.
Okay. Well, either way, not 3.
Yeah.
So
It's way too deep. way too deep to cover in that much time. But dang. What a life-changing Instagram
I honestly
post.
feel different. I feel
like we should tackle that last topic I was mentioning.
What was
The
that?
quote.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about a story. I don't want to talk about a story right now. I don't feel it.
It's okay.
I might even take my socks off.
Oh.
That's relevant. But I just, just turn it out there for you guys.
Things are going to heat up. I'm going to take my socks off.
Yeah.
Free feet content.
All day for my followers. All right. So guys, we're going to talk about this topic. And I feel like I feel so bewildered after reading all of those.
I know.
I'm being honest. I'm like, where am I?
I feel dumber.
It wasn't even intentional, too.
I know. I was reading that last one and I was like, do I know how to read?
All of them are a little bit like that, where you're like, wait a second, is this English? Huh? This is English 2, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't take that one.
They took out the sequel of English and it's just stupid.
It's like TOO, English 2.
So true. I wanted to try to stop using the word to, like TOO.
What?
I don't know. I want to try it out. Like only switch to like also.
Like, as do I.
Or like as well. Yeah. I was like thinking about it. I was like, what if I could completely eliminate the word TOO intentionally
Is there
from
a
my vocabulary?
reason? Like, why?
Every time someone says to, I make fun of them.
For what?
Whatever I can. I just take it the wrong way intentionally to make them feel funny. They're like,
hit me with a scenario.
oh, you speak English too? Oh, I didn't know they came up with a sequel.
Oh.
Like anything that I can use it as the number to, I will. Every time.
So, in turn, you now have to protect yourself from
Exactly. I don't want to look like an idiot.
the world you created. Okay, makes sense.
This consistent cultural joke that I'm trying to like push on the masses, I need to be safeguarded.
I mean, that actually might be like a cool exercise. You know what I hate? When people, I don't want to say it because now
everyone will know and they'll do it to you.
Yeah, well,
all 5 of my followers will
the tens of you are gonna
got him.
No, when someone's like, I just did it, but when they're like, you say like all the time, and then you're so in your head about how often you say like, and then you try to change everything about yourself to like
I feel like, yeah, I used to think about that or like overthink about that. I would admit I've never like thought shut up.
I know.
I've never thought that you're the type of person that says like too much.
I feel like you're gonna listen to this back and you're gonna be like, ah. I need like an e-collar.
It's like no, like I think
make it
using
stop.
like as a filler word,
yeah,
instead of like or like that's when it's like too much. But like We can't talk anymore, can we?
I know. I just literally lit this place on fire.
Yeah. It's just a little dance on the video. That's funny looking. Oh, culture. Topic number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm just kidding. You know. Okay, we're moving on.
You know.
Hopefully y'all aren't thinking of it too much as we continue on. But this topic, can people change, was rooted in a quote from the movie Elf.
Classic.
By Santa Claus. When he said, some people, they just lose sight of what's important in life. It doesn't mean they can't find their way again. And it hit me when I was watching around Christmas time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to talk about that with someone.
Ooh, we've had that in the back pocket for a while.
I have. And then I was like, Cat's coming on. We're going to talk about a cat. And I don't know. I think to approach it in 2 separate ways. First of all, like trying to answer the question, can people change? Then maybe more looking at the quote itself.
Yeah.
Do you think people can change?
That's like hard because to generalize it and say like, is it possible? Sure.
But it's like a big thing. That's like a big, I don't know if the right word is philosophical or if it's more psychological, but that's like a big question that like people debate, right? Like, can people change?
Well, here's the thing. Like my mind immediately goes to like death penalty type situations where someone has done like a really, really, really heinous, terrible, terrible, terrible thing.
Like they licked someone.
Like they licked someone without consent.
We went there, yeah.
Anywho, so they do something real bad. And then we're like, forever. You're banished.
Yeah.
Which like, okay, is that fair? Or, like, can this person change or will they always be that person that could potentially come out and do the exact same thing again, you know?
Right. And I think we won't get into the death penalty.
Well, yeah, we don't need to do that
because there's a realistic side of like, hey, there are consequences to your action.
Yeah, there's weight to like the decision you made for sure. I absolutely believe.
Yeah, I think that's the side of it. But in light of people can change, I would say yes. I think it's interesting though, because as I was thinking about it for my personal life, as there are people in my life, and I'm going to remain cryptic and non-specific on purpose.
Okay.
As there are people in my life that have hurt me because of who they are or what they've done, and then I look back and I don't want to give them another chance.
Yeah.
To protect myself.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, dang, but people can change.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they have. But also, I think if I was...
But, I mean, they carry the weight of, like, the decisions that they've made in the past.
And even those consequences at a smaller scale than the death penalty. But...
No, totally.
I think it's one of those things, like... I was thinking about it a lot in this specific instance of my life of, like, man, I inherently believe that people can change.
Mm-hmm. People
can prove themselves. Now, have some of the instances in my life been believing that people can change, giving these people multiple chances,
right?
And they fail me every time.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe they can change, but not in my life. You know what I mean? Like those instances where it's kind of come down to that. But I don't know. I believe people can change. I do.
Well,
I don't think that everything is like static.
Or do you think that you are a completely different person than you were when you were like a kid? Like your core beliefs, like who you are, is that completely different?
No.
Yeah, I don't think for me either.
Yeah.
So some things are static, I guess. In terms of like, this is like who I am.
Yeah. I think that reminds me of something that someone had told me. One of my mentors, as I refer to them all the time, but I hate that word. Like the phrasing of it. But like, no, it's someone who's taught me a lot in life.
Yeah.
And they had said something along the lines of basically like, all we are, not like in an existential manner, but like what makes us up is we're just a bunch of experiences put into a human body. Like our experiences are what make us into a person. And I think the part that like, if I was to look at like childhood versus now, it's like, I just have more experiences.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think at the core, for the most part, I'm the same person, but have I changed a lot because I've just been experiencing more?
It's just that little kid with like thousands of other experiences.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yes.
Like, I'm still that little kid, but I got a bigger backpack.
Yeah. Yeah, my back hurts
to
now.
Minimize it. Yeah, it literally does, though. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, stop experiencing things.
I need a smaller backpack. No, but yeah, it reminds me of that like type of idea.
Yeah.
Where it's like
you're just adapting.
Yeah, like you have
things.
to learn.
Yeah.
You have to change. But is my core belief system and who I am as a person like that different than the foundation of when I was 5, 7, 10 years old?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't think the foundation changes, but I think that you're able to like make different decisions based on what you've learned throughout your life.
Yeah.
Like you can change the way you act towards people or how you react towards a situation or maybe you were bad with money and now you're really great with money.
You're right. People don't change. Never mind. I
Never mind.
Don't
What?
have money. No, yeah. I think being able to change to certain extents is a really important part of growing as a person.
Yeah.
In the events of things just like, hey, you learned something. You met someone and they taught you something. And it's different than what you originally thought.
Yeah.
It might not need to be something that changes a core value of who you are, of like, you highly value this, but like maybe it changes just the way you look at something and like the perspective of something of like, oh, hey, I didn't believe that was this way before, but now I do because I'm open to changing. But like, it doesn't change like entirely who you are, at like the foundational core.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Good, because
we're on the same page.
I wouldn't air any of this if you didn't.
I would
agree
literally
with
cut
me.
out your entire answer.
I'd actually just like
splice
edit
together
a black like blob over you so that people don't even see you or hear you, and I'm just like talking to myself this whole time. And then I would voice over,
and it just says like, "Yes, I agree."
I
Perfect.
yeah. I mean, I could just use that part of you saying it now that I have it recorded.
Oh, well, let me say it better. Yeah, I agree.
The entire thing, everything I say, I'm just going to loop that back. I'm like, yeah, number 14. Yeah, I agree. Over and over. Yeah.
10-minute podcast.
Can't tell that it's fake. Yeah.
What's the quote?
The quote is, some people, they just lose sight of what's important in life. It doesn't mean they can't find their way again. And, into this specific reference, if you haven't seen Elf, you're stupid. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry. If you haven't seen Elf, I'd recommend it. It's a great movie.
It immediately.
It's a staple for Christmas. You can watch it anytime, but great movie. In the context of this quote, Buddy the Elf, the main character, finds out that his real father, who's a human, is on the naughty list. And for him being raised in,
the North Pole,
raised in the North Pole and born into elf culture, the naughty and nice list is a big deal.
Yeah.
This is like, oh my gosh, like this is it. And he finds out that his father, who he like already intends to be like, oh, I'm going to love my dad so much because he's my dad. Like I have to. He doesn't even know this guy. Finds out he's on the naughty list. And Santa just basically points that out. Like, hey, you know what? People like just lose sight of what's important. And maybe in the grand scheme of the movie, you find out that like his father has just lost sight of what's important, which is like family. And he like prioritizes work and he prioritizes, this deadline and I gotta do the thing. Like he's a classic workaholic, like in the
business
movie.
Dad.
Yeah, exactly. And the part where the can people change originated from is the second line where it says it doesn't mean they can't find their way again, which implies he wasn't always like that.
Right.
He wasn't always business dad from being young, and maybe he was good. He changed and then changed back to find his way again. And so it's like the idea like
experiences just change a little bit of our lives for a while until the next experience has us shift perspective potentially. But yeah, I just think that the like core foundation is the same, and then we just kind of morph around all the
It was like probably my 90th yawn. Dang, I should have done the yawn
like count
counter.
'em, yeah.
Ding.
10. Like take a shot every time.
Of eggnog. In reference to Elf, of course.
Yeah, it's like a Valentine's Day themed thing. Get those sugar cookies from Ralph's.
Oh, I get you. I was like, what?
Sorry.
What is?
Anywho, yeah, people can change.
Mm-hmm.
We do every day.
People can change for the worse.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Sometimes then back to better.
The quote. There
But
it is.
sometimes just worse.
Sometimes they just get worse. Yeah. That's a good one.
Well, on that super light and airy note,
There it is.
that silly goose note,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
it was some good stuff.
It was like, I don't even know what to think of those first things. I'm still like in shock.
I'm choosing to move on from them.
Oh my gosh. This is the second episode. I realized we didn't have a second song of the day like we're supposed to. My bad, guys.
Oh, well, you can just quickly off the top. Just kidding. We planned it like this.
Yeah. And I'm
It's all part
referencing
of
it so
the
late
bit.
on purpose, of course. Well, if this would work, I could find one. Can't even connect to the internet or something. Ooh. So we had Black Eyed Peas. Should we hit them with some Rihanna?
Ooh, which one?
I don't know. Where'd she go? Oh, don't play it. I
Some Umbrella
can't
Ella?
play audio. I don't think I can play audio. I think it's illegal.
Oh,
Parts of it's illegal.
I mean, I could just sing it if you want.
Oh, yeah. Can you sing Umbrella real quick?
Ella.
There
eh?
it was. There's so many songs.
Yeah, they're...
Over 100 billion, I think.
Yeah. That seems right.
Uh-huh.
97% of all songs are 100 billion.
Yeah. That makes a lot
Right?
of sense. They are 100 billion. That makes zero sense.
I know.
Um,
Keeping them on their toes.
I feel like I'm realizing I know very little Rihanna
Just in
songs.
general? Oh.
In general, I know very little. No, I'm so smart. It's crazy. I don't want to pick a Rihanna song, actually.
Okay.
I'm realizing.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you picked the other one. I get to pick this one.
Mm-hmm.
Summer Nights by that guy who sings it.
Summer Nights.
Is that Aliada James Jeremiah?
Oh, what?
Exactly. It's not. It's why is it not the first one that pops up? The heck?
Deck.
Y'all know what song I'm talking about, right? As we're just, buying time right at this point. That's on Summer Nights.
I don't know, but I'm trying to actively find it for you.
Yeah, I don't think it's on the one that I was searching on.
Is it not the John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John song?
I'm like so certain that it's Aliada James Jeremiah, but I need to make sure. It's in that one movie. Not Grease. Not the one you're already talking about.
Oh, the one, Grease? The
Oh yeah, you heard of Grease?
Summer days slipping away. Is that
Slipping
slipping away?
It's in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And I can't find it.
Look up the Guardians.
It's Glenn Campbell. That's who it is.
You were so off.
Summer nights. Have you ever felt a southern night? That one. Yeah. All right. Southern Nights.
Oh. Oh.
Southern Nights by Glenn Campbell.
Summer night.
Oh, look, it came up immediately when I searched the right name.
Yeah, probably the first one too, right?
It's Southern Nights by Glenn Campbell. Great
Perfect.
song. Go listen to it to end your night. You're in the South.
If you're in the South, especially.
Oh, 100%. If you're in the South and you're listening to this, let me know. I'm intrigued. Let's meet.
Also, who are you?
Annie. It's probably Annie. She
What?
doesn't know where I'm from.
Oh.
The person who texted me. It's a callback.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
We've did it. Stance.
We did it. Stance. Folks, thanks for listening. I'm so tired. Otherwise, we would just keep going.
Keep on
and talk
chatting.
about things. But I think I've, with the week that I've had, exhausted my mental capacity. And I'm
That's
so
fair.
glad that I didn't record another episode last night because I would have been fried in my brain tonight.
Fried in the membrane.
Fried in my brain. But, Kat, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I am so glad that we finally got to do this and have you be a part of the podcast as a guest.
Me too.
And any last thoughts for the people of the internet?
Oh,
What is the most important thing you've ever learned?
that if you're not where you want to be in life, you need to quit
Drastically quit
alcohol and
weed.
weed, and your life will drastically change for the better. So, just let that sink in.
There it is, guys. Stop messing around.
This became like a dare campaign.
Great
You know what?
message.
Do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Odd execution. I don't know. Well, if you're not going to take my question seriously, then yeah, we'll end on that.
Okay, just don't take advice from
Advice.
Instagram accounts.
That is an important life lesson.
Yeah.
Unless it's my account. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Depends what day of the week it is.
How many typos are involved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to analyze it the way that we analyze this, like really take it in and be like, what's the intention?
Put your glasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read it from afar off and squint. It might make sense.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Kat, again, thanks for being here. We'll catch you guys next time. Well, Kat won't, because she won't be here again.
I mean, I could.
Oh.
I'm not doing anything.
Just perpetually. You have no clue when the schedule will
I
be.
have no
Like, you're not
plans
doing anything. Yeah, I'm free. Not even know when it is. Happy birthday again coming
Thanks.
up. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again for listening to Dish Knows Nothing. Follow me on Instagram at Dishyman or email me at dishyman@gmail.com. Hit me up with topics and questions that I can address on the show. Remember to rate and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. Take care and stay grinding.